Hi, my name is Leona Lavone, and this is our mixed media class here at the Ocean County Artists Guild. We do have, if you decide you would like to sign up, we have 3 sessions left in this lesson. So you're welcome to come for those or sign up for the next 4-week sessions, okay? And here, last time when we had done a class with the mixed media, this was one of the works that we did in class. You can see here where I use wallpaper. We have glued papers. There's a lot of collage on here. There's gesso. There's some drawing on here. So basically you don't need to have an art background as far as drawing or any of those kind of things. It's just a fun way to express yourself and have a good time creating some art. On the wallpaper, it's nice because you can hang it up on a door, you can roll it up, and the expense isn't there as far as matting and framing and all that good stuff. So let's get right to it, and I'll show you what I have, the basic plans of how we get started. So here I have wallpaper. There's a nice sheet of wallpaper. And what I did was I did coat this already with Mod Podge. And that's just to help to stabilize it a little bit and so that everything can glue really nice onto it. So this one is just Mod Podge. I did that last night. This one here has Mod Podge plus gesso on it. What the gesso does, it helps to make all your medium stick better, whether you're doing the line work, paints, collaging. It just makes a nice base for you to have that. Now, you don't have to do this at this point. You can do it later after you do some collage work. Then you can go and you can put the gesso on to cover up some areas. So this one I decided to do the whole thing with the gesso first and cover up all my wallpaper. If you have a decorative wallpaper, obviously you can use that, and you could use some of the figures. You don't have to cover everything up. So I'm going to just put this one aside, and I'm going to work on this one here. And I'll show you how I begin doing with the gesso. So now I have to decide my theme. That's basically the only thing I have to do. I did think I was going to do something with Christmas. I know it's a little early for Christmas, but I decided I think I wanted to do that. So what I'm going to do is I have these decorative papers that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. You could get them anywhere. You could buy a whole book of them. So I'm going to decide which paper that I think I would like to have as a main focal. I think I'm going to go with these like little Sientas. I like them. He's kind of cute. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this other paper. I'm going to do it real technical now. This is a technical application, you know. I'm just going to rip up some nice pieces, some nice large pieces. I do like the deco edge on there. And what I'm going to do is just randomly put them down. This part's the fun. This is the fun part, you know. And I want different sizes and some different shapes. Okay? You can have them overlapping because this is our theme. Oh, probably there are words on here, so I may want to make sure they're going in the right direction. Okay, that sounds good. And I'm going to add 2 of these. I'm just throwing this down here just to get an idea, a feel of how I think I want to arrange things. Because before we actually start putting the papers on, what I'm going to do, go like that, I'll just go like that. I'm going to take some, you want some matte medium. I'm using gesso. And what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to be daring because this is a quick demo. So I'm just going to do that. And you want a lot of your matte medium, whichever one that you choose to use, because it acts as your glue. It will dry clear, so don't get upset if you think it's covering up what you have on there. And now I'm covering most of this, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, oh, I forgot about my words again. Okay, we'll just do that. And I'm really thinking about where I wanna put these. You can tell, right? And what you wanna do is take your matte medium and put it over everything. Oops. Probably, I'll do this. And like I said, I'm doing this quickie, so I'm just gonna go like that. You wanna have, so you don't get the bubbles, you have a good amount of the, oops, that's a lot. But that's okay, because now, oh, I like these candy canes. We'll go like this. You see, this is quite fun, actually. I think I'm gonna leave that, the square edge there. Actually, you might not put quite as much as I have on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have this going here. So then just kind of take a peek at it every now and then. See if you like where you applied your papers. Okay, put that there. Now let's see. I think I want to use a little bit of this paper. It's a tissue paper. They have great designs. I mean, you can have stripes. You can have, I think on that one I have stripes on that one. The other one. And just lay it right on there. I usually like to overlap. Overlapping creates, ties everything together. Now, this paper also dries pretty clear, you know, so you'll be able to see the other paper underneath it. If you don't want the bubbles, you could use a brayer, one of these little buggers, okay? And you can just, let's see, go like this. Whoops, that's not what you want to do, but that's okay, we'll leave it. You could use this, or you could use a paintbrush. Okay, now let's see what we're going to do. I did like, I'm looking at it, I have to stand back and take a peek. The overall appearance, well, let's see, I think I'm going to now put some of this paper. I like the 25, 25, so I'm going to put that in here. One of my sweet spots. That's like in, those of you who are artists and paint, you know that you have your grid set up, and then you have your, where you want your focal point, your eyes to go. It would be in one of those spots, not right directly in the center. So put that there, cover that, pick up some of this stuff from here, put that there. Now, there was the, this paper, my little sandy paper. Now, obviously, Santa, we need Santa when we think of Christmas, at least I do, anyway. So we're gonna have him, I think right here. And I like to use odd numbers of things, so I think I'm also gonna put him up here. And then, again, we make sure that we're really gluing everything down. And how do I do my brush? There's a small one there. Let's get a little bit more glue. The more glue you have, if you're having bubbles and things when you're doing your collage work, it's because you're not using enough glue. You really have to get in there and put that glue down to hold everything. All right, now, I have to decide, do I want to have some paint, because this is mixed media. So we'll do is, maybe I'll take a little bit of this gold. And you don't have to wait for it to dry. You just kind of go right in there. It's just an acrylic paint. I want that old-fashioned look. What I'm going to do is put some of this in here. Probably should have had the black too. Oh well, that's okay. All right, now. This is a lot of fun, actually. You can't really go too far wrong. If you have papers you like, select colors that go with it or colors that you like, and go for it. You have some fun. Now, I want some of this to create this nice texture. I can wipe this off. Put a little bit on here. Whoops. I know you guys are probably thinking, oh wow, I can't wait to do that. Now, you could use anything. You could do this on canvas. You can do it on the wood cradle boards. You can do it on the wallpaper. Large sheets of paper. I know after I do this video, when I do go home, I think I am going to work on some of these today. Because now I'm motivated. Let's see how this is all just going to come through. Now, if I wanted to have more of an antique edge, let me just run over for a second and get some black paint. Okay, and back. Whoops. Like I said, doing this pretty quickly here. So, usually I would just have some of the paint ready to go. Take some alcohol on our paper towel, and again, wipe some off. We could create texture. And then after this dries, I can take a pen or an ink pad, and I can go and I can put shadows around some of these items. I can paint, draw with markers. There's all sorts of options that you can do, like what I had done on the other one that's already finished. You can see where I used the gesso to go around the flowers to bring some parts out. Let's see.
Could you stamp something in that?
Yeah, absolutely. You could do stamping. You could use a stamp pad. I have a stamp pad there. Whoops.
Bubble wrap?
Yeah, you can use bubble wrap. You can use sponges, regular stamps if you have them.
This is a get your hands in there and have fun.
That's it. Just go for it. Oops. No, what I think I'm going to do, take a little bit just so. I could also glue on top of this again after, you know, it doesn't even have to dry to do that. I could apply more paper right on top. So let's see if I want to have a little bit, just this. Now this will stay white. Oops, usually I take my hanger and I move those pieces. I'll put the hanger on. With the gesso, you can create all kinds of texture. So I can go back in here. I can do this. Now, see my 25 is still sticking out pretty nicely there. I like that. And then I come back. I think with the, when you do work like this, what really makes it look cool is when you have a bunch of layers. That's what really brings it out, because then people look at it and go, "Ooh, what's that? What's there?" And it just adds to everything. Just like this. Now I could take regular solid color paper and put that on top of here if I wanted to. I do need some more gesso. Gesso will dry clear. I'm using gesso, but again, any kind of matte medium that you have on hand.
Did you glue a three-dimensional thing on there, like a bead or a...
Yes.
Okay.
We've done, one of my students did last time, we had paper butterflies that we got at the dollar store. And she put the butterflies, her theme was migration. And so she put the butterflies going up and created a nice pattern with them going through the, just like that. Like these colors, we'll just get a color in there. You get your hands dirty, you could really kind of get in there and do all kinds of fun stuff. Now see, I kind of like the way this is going over there. You still want to just, we don't just kiss a spot. You have to. Now I like that. Now maybe I want this to come out a little bit more. So maybe what I'll do is I'll even go like this. And obviously we need more Mod Podge. Make sure it gets under there. Now, again, after this dries, you could even use cookie cutters. You know, you have Christmas cookie cutters. Mm-hmm. That would be something a lot of fun to do, because you just take, you know, you get the outline of it, and then you can just use a stamp, use that as your stamp to do that. I think those type of things would be really cute on here. I did not bring any with me, so I can't show you that.
If you did that, would you say put it in have a small pan of a color, dip the cookie cutter in, and then put the cookie cutter on the...
Small foil pan, or you could use the paper plates, the coated paper plates. They work really good. That's usually what then I could just chuck them, throw them away. You don't have to worry about anything. Now see this little area right here, I don't like the way that's looking. So, let's see, what do I want to put there? See now, these Santa's faces are really, you know, they're standing out. These are a little bit, see how he's like covered up a little bit? Let's see, Noel. 24th. I'll give it that. Put that like right there. I kind of like that. Because this is then, with this, I'll probably go over it with a little bit of the gesso, the white, to blend these edges in, and so it's not quite as, it's a little bit pushed back, you know, whereas this one I want to really be out. And like again, all of this, a lot of this is going to dry a little bit different because we're going to, only some of the white's going to stay, is what I was going to say. Because the
And then
Mod Podge
can
is
you
going
dry
to
this
dry
with a
too.
hair dryer?
You can use a
get it
hair, yep, you can use a hair dryer, definitely. Now if we want this to look a little bit like snowing here, let's get a little bit of this alcohol on here and maybe it will work. It does work on acrylic paints.
And what does the alcohol do?
It makes it look like little blobs, like when you take water and drop it into your paint.
Okay.
So it should do this. I'm hoping it does it. If it doesn't, that's okay, it'll dry. Plus, clean my hands a little bit. And so this would be, let's see now, I'm looking, what else can I do before, say, at any point you could let it dry. You don't have to keep working on it. You can let it dry, take some time, look at it, see what you like, and then go back and work on it again at a later time. Or you could keep working on it. The only thing you can't do is could not do markers on here right now because obviously it's wet,
Okay.
and you would have an issue with your markers. You would ruin markers. But, so that type of thing, but I can use my, I can use my finger or the back of the brush, say, if I wanted to do some sort of line work in here, like this. I can do that. I could make, I have to be careful because I put papers. So I could do all kinds of things like this, tie different areas together. The whole thing is to have fun and experiment. Now by doing this, again, if you paint acrylics or if you use watercolors, whichever the case may be, experiment on here before you go and tackle a paper, test colors, do whatever. And then when you go to do your work that you consider maybe more serious, you'll have things figured out a little bit more before you jump in there and go for it. So what we'll do is, you want night on there? See, as I'm looking at the different areas, I'm saying, do I like the way that looks? I kind of did some stuff there that'll lift up some of the paper. Okay, now I'm going to take some of this just so, and I'm just going to
Like highlight certain areas.
yeah. See, it's buckling a little bit, but that doesn't bother me actually. I kind of like that. This area looks a little dead up here. Maybe. And also too, if you take your piece and you hold it up, that's why I put the hanger, the clip hanger on there, so you can actually see, you know, it's easy to lift it up and see what's going on. Maybe I'll add more of that up here. All right. Again, that will dry on the white side. Now you can make textures with your gesso. You can have it more three-dimensional. Now it's going to just peek out of there. And since I did some white there, I should probably put a little bit of white down over here. I kind of like where this is going. I'll probably do just a little bit more to it later on. But here, take a peek, see what it looks like upright. So,
Started here, okay.
and then when I finish it, I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
You know, all right? I'll work on it a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, so if you just decide that, you think this is something that you'd like to have some fun with, come in and join me. Monday mornings between 8:30 and, 9:30 and 12, sorry about that. And just let the guild know that you'll be coming in so that I have the wallpaper for you to work on, and you can bring any of your paints, decorative papers, whatever you have that you'd like to work with.
Okay.
All right? Hope to see you soon. Bye.